We are now halfway through the season in the Turkey Hill Truck Series season number 8, and these 36 drivers head a few miles west of the great Indianapolis Motor Speedway here in Brownsburg, Indiana, and the Indianapolis Raceway Park. It's only the second short track of the season, but the second half of the season begins here tonight in the Lucas Oil 200 in the Turkey Hill Truck Series season number 8. Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome to the Indianapolis Raceway Park as we are here for the Lucas Oil 200, 50 laps of action around the 0.686 mile speedway. It should be a good one. Only our second short track of the season. Our first one was Bristol. That was a crazy one. Might not be as crazy as this one, but it's still going to be a great race. And our first time here at the Indianapolis Raceway Park in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. If you've never come here before in this series in particular, you put on a great show here today for these truck drivers. Our pole sitter is Indiana native Nathan Stapleton, who grabbed the fastest time in qualifying last night. He starts alongside our last winner here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series, Laura Chung, who grabbed that race victory at the Watkins Glen International. And she's also chasing Sebastian Kukulon in the point standings here tonight as well. And she's got a good opportunity at really closing that in if things stay the way they are. Sebastian Kukulon still the points leader, of course. He starts in the 14th position for tonight's event. He has his 33-point lead on Laura Chung coming into this race. Ethan Lewis is 51 points behind. Eric Drew is 52 points behind. And Ryan Kingart is 53 points behind. But Ryan Kingart starts dead last, 36th. For tonight's event. Nathan Stapleton, on the other hand, he's 8th in points, only 80 points behind. He starts on the pole position. Allison Rain and Brad Stover, they are 6th and 7th in points, respectively, starting 4th and 6th in this race, respectively. They're going to have a good opportunity at possibly closing in on Sebastian Kukulon in the championship standings. But like I mentioned, Nathan Stapleton starting on the pole position here tonight in the number 40, alongside Laura Chung there on the front row. Caleb Rose starts third to the inside of Allison Rain. And that Joey Hightower there in the number 9 to the inside of Brad Stover. Thomas Troxel, our last short track winner at Bristol, starts to the inside of Nicholas Samedeo. And then you got Roberto Crown Jr. and Josh Williamson in row number 5. Right behind those guys, Will Parrish and Derek Hamill make up row number 6. And there is our points leader starting in the 14th position to the outside of Brian Webb. Have to see what Kukulon can do there, starting on the outside lane. Make sure everyone is rolling off all right. And it looks like everybody is good to go, including Ryan Kingart, like I mentioned, starting in the last position. We're used to seeing him running up front in a lot of these races so far this year. It's not going to be the case for him here tonight, and it's going to take a lot for him to work his way from the back to the front here on a short track like this, and in only 50 laps. Fuel window, about 30 laps here tonight, so just past halfway. If we go green, that's when it'll be, but we could easily see a few cautions here tonight around the 0.686 mile speedway. Like I mentioned, it's only the second short track of the season, and these guys are ready to get it going here in the Lucas Oil 200. We're green flag racing at IRP. Well, Stapleton pulls out ahead. He leads lap number 1. That's a bonus point towards the championship for him right there. Caleb Rose in a great battle with Laura Chung for second. And Joey Hightower right there looking to take third away from our past winner. Thomas Troxel up there inside the top 5. And Nicholas Samedeo moving his way through the field to the inside of his teammate Roberto Crown Jr. Brad Stover, Allison Rain, they're side by side. And then Will Parrish just inside the top 10 ahead of Josh Williamson. Stapleton clear and ahead of the field right now. This number 40 machine looking to get his first win of the season. It was his first pole of the season last night, getting it done here on this short track. See where Sebastian Kukulon is, and he has not moved up to the field as we anticipated. 16th, actually lost a couple of positions right there, so interesting to see our points leader do that. Going to be interesting to see if he can move his way through the field, though, or if he's going to lose some ground in this championship. Laura Chung going to take third away from Joey Hightower. She's not going to waste any time trying to work her way to the front of this race after starting second. And some smoke back in there. I think Juan Rodriguez and John Anderson might have gotten into it, but the green flag is still out. So if I actually have the motivation to do it, you will see that replay in the corner of your screen. But odds are you won't. I'm sorry. Caleb Rose holding on the second. Great to see Caleb Rose get a good run. He has yet to get a top 10 this season here in the first half of the season. But a good opportunity for him here tonight to break that streak. However, Laura Chung will move to the inside of him there for the second position. Here comes Thomas Troxel. Troxel's actually getting bumped by Sam Adio right there. And that 17 might not be too happy. Two of the longer running drivers on the channel getting into it there off the corner. Laura Chung will clear Caleb Rose for position right there, and Troxel will clear Sam Adio, but Sam Adio is going to move to the inside of him and take that position back away. Somebody's on the pit lane. That was Juan Rodriguez, who was involved in that accident that did not bring out a caution. Kukulon moving through the field in the 75. He's now up to 12th, so he's finding his stride here in this race. Definitely one of the better drivers this season. We'll take a look and see where Ryan Kinghart is, and he's moving up fairly well as well. Up to the 24th position, already 12 places in 8 laps here on this short track. Now actually 13 places as he's up to the 23rd position and going to take 22nd away from Noah Clifton. So we'll have to see how well he can move his way through the field as this race goes along. But back out front, Nathan Stapleton continues to lead. Laura Chung is in second. Caleb Rose, Joey Hightower, and Nicholas Samadio, the top 5 here in the Lucas Oil 200. More contact there. Troxel putting it on Brad Stover, and Troxel falling back a little bit here in the number 17. Brad Stover in the 45. Under fire from the 17 right here. He got around Thomas Troxel, but Troxel's going to get back around him. A nice battle there for the 6th position. Allison Rain right behind those guys. Roberto Crown Jr. They had a shot at victory at Watkins Glen last week. Could not pull it off in that one, unfortunately. But here they are with another solid top 10 run. And Jonathan Logan. Great run for him as he is currently inside the top 10, but with Sebastian Kukulon right behind him. Stapleton has a nice clean racetrack, but if this race stays green and we have green flag pit stops, things can get really interesting because that 61 team, they have been excellent all season long, and pretty much all 3 of Laura Chung's race victories this season have come on fuel strategy and pit strategy, so the pit stops are definitely more in her favor than they are in anybody else's camp. But Nathan Stapleton knows this is a huge opportunity for him, and as long as he has a clean 4-tire pit stop, he might be able to pull away and possibly win this race. However, Laura Chung is noticeably faster right now than the 40 machine, and she may pass Stapleton before the cycle of pit stops begin, so it may take a little bit of strategy in order for Stapleton to possibly get that race victory. Caleb Rose still running there in the 4th position. Sam Adio is now up to 4th. Nicholas Samadio looking really quick here tonight. I haven't seen Sam Adio too much this season. He's only got 3 top 10s in the season, no top 5s. The longest running driver in this series has not been running up front too much this season. Hightower now down to 5th. Troxel back up to the 6th position. And then it's Roberto Crown Jr., Brad Stover, Allison Rain, and Sebastian Kukulon. As Jonathan Logan is now falling back in the 18 machine. And he got stuck in that outside lane. Brian Webb, Nathan Orman getting around him right there. And here's Ryan Kinghart, who started dead last in this event, now in a battle for the 17th position. So he's gone through half of the field in only 15 laps. And if he keeps that streak up, mathematically he'll be in the lead at lap 30. But as you know, it gets harder and harder to pass these cars the farther up the field you go. So odds are he's not going to get there if this race stays green. But if we do get a caution and a couple of restarts in this race, you know, he could end up with a shot at possibly moving his way up to the race lead at some point. Nicholas Samadio's trying to do that. He's right there in the back bumper of Caleb Rose and closing in on the 25 for this 3rd position. And if he is close enough, he could pull a little strategy. If he has a good pit stop, could find his way around the 61 and the 40 at some point. But Nathan Stapleton has led every lap so far here in this Lucas Oil 200 at IRP. Laura Chung is starting to close in significantly on the back bumper of that 40 machine. 61 on Laura Chung, looking for her 4th win of the season in only 10 races. She has definitely been one of the strongest drivers all season. So has Sebastian Kukulon, another driver who is moving his way through the field. Now up to the 9th position for the driver, the number 75. And if this race stays green, we could see Kukulon possibly move up. I have a feeling he could have a shot. I mean, even, of course, if we get a caution, he'll definitely have an opportunity at moving up through the field, as everyone will be bunched up. But I feel like even with pit strategy, Kukulon and even Ryan Kingart could find their way to the front. San Mateo's going to move to the inside of Caleb Rose. And outside of the time he was making the pass there, he actually was closing in on our two race leaders as well that whole time. And speaking of the race lead, Laura Chung is going to go to the inside of Nathan Stapleton, look to take this race lead away on lap 19 of 50. And Laura Chung's got it right there. She is going to get a bonus point towards the championship and a lap led. And now Nathan Stapleton going to fall back to the second position here as Laura Chung takes it away. Nicholas Samedeo there in third, clearing ahead of Caleb Rose. Let's see how close he can get to our two race leaders before the cycle begins. And it's going to be only about 10 laps if this thing stays green here. We'll have to see if Samedeo can stay within striking range. Thomas Troxell also staying relatively close. Same with Joey Hightower here, the number 9. Hightower had a good run at Watkins Glen. Gained 4 positions in the points in that race. 12th in points right now for Joey Hightower. It's not been a bad season. As a matter of fact, he's only 1 point behind Thomas Troxell, who grabbed the race victory at Bristol. So both those guys kind of close to each other in points. But Samedeo and Rose, they're really deep in the points. They're 28th and 29th, respectively. With Samedeo, 100, actually, they're both 149 points behind. So they both have the same exact amount of points coming into this race. They're both running top 5 right now here at the Indianapolis Raceway Park. Like some damage there on Eric Monaco. Eric Monaco last in points. He's not been good. The last time we did ratings, he won the championship. Did not pick the right ratings this season. But that's the good thing about the Walwell Cup Series next year. Going into that, the ratings are going to be a lot more dynamic and a lot more fluid. So it's not going to be like you're stuck with what you got. Because you'll be able to change things and add those points on wherever you feel like. Only one driver multiple laps down. That's Juan Rodriguez in the 44. Everybody else is still on the lead lap, but that might not stay the same for too long. John Anders about to be put a lap down here by Laura Chung. And Laura Chung has about 0.8 of a second now on Nathan Stapleton, so she is clearly the faster truck right now, but pit strategy could definitely come into effect here, and Stapleton is going to try to stay right within a second there of the 61 and maybe have a shot at getting this race victory. Kukulon going to go to the inside of Brad Stover for the 8th position. And now Kukulon's going to have his eyes set on Roberto Crown Jr. for 7th. Troxell there, and Samedeo's coming down with Stapleton, and this is exactly what you want to do. Now you just have to hope that a caution does not come out while this cycle is going on, but right at halfway, Stapleton and Samedeo looking to play a little strategy to maybe get an advantage on Laura Chung. They're really the only two guys coming down right here, so I like the call out of them. Some guys in the back coming down right here as well, looking to gain some ground. Ryan Kingart is down as well, and now Laura Chung coming down because she knows that she cannot waste any time with those guys. Almost some contact there between Ormond and the one of Brian Webb. Now, the good thing about this race is they're coming in after halfway, so we will not have what happened to us last week. Watkins Glen. There's Nathan Stapleton. He'll get out ahead of the 88 of Nicholas Samedeo. Samedeo actually is going to close in on the 40, however. So Samedeo might have a shot here, but it's all going to come down to Laura Chung, and I imagine it's going to be a 4-tire stop for all these guys, considering the tire wear that you can achieve on this racetrack. Laura Chung has to be careful. There's a lot of guys who came in back in the field that are going to merge out right with her here. And she's still on the apron there. Where is Stapleton? There's Stapleton entering the corner now. And will he be able to get around the 61 here? He will. So Stapleton will take the lead away off the cycle of pit stop. Samedeo is also going to clear the 61. So a good call out of Nathan Stapleton and Nicholas Samedeo to jump the race leader, Laura Chung. And now, as things cycle through, we're still in the cycle of pit stops. Actually, it has cycled through. Everyone has made a stop at this point. Nathan Stapleton back out front here in the Lucas Oil 200. A great run there for Stapleton and Samedeo. Laura Chung about 1.2 seconds off. She can still make that up, though. That's about how much she made up. She took the race lead away from Nathan Stapleton, and there's going to be lap traffic in the way as well. Some guys ended up a lap down there. Actually, John Anders is the only guy a lap down. Everyone's still on the lead lap here, including Juan Rodriguez, who did actually already make that stop, but he'll still have to make another stop in this race. Chris Tejada on the tail end of the lead lap here. And he's holding up Nathan Stapleton right now. Sam Badillo trying to close in. And Laura Chung as well. Joey Hightower also right there. And Caleb Rose in 5th. Troxel getting around the 42 of John Anders, who is a lap down. And look at this. Ryan Kinghart going to the inside of Sebastian Kukulon. He started 36th in this race. And he came in, I think he came in a lap before Stapleton and Sam Badillo. And now he's in the 7th position. 29 places in 29 laps. Stapleton has gotten around Chris Tejada. So the more lap traffic you can put in between him and Sam Badillo, Laura Chung, the better it'll be. Nicholas Sam Badillo in the number 88 going to try to get around this 15 here. He doesn't want Laura Chung to close in because he knows that 61 is fast. Obviously, a 3-time winner this season. Definitely a threat for this championship. Sam Badillo really is not a threat for this championship. So he's going to go all out for it because he really doesn't have anything to lose at this point for a race victory. But he is losing some ground here to Nathan Stapleton right now, as he's having a little trouble getting around the 15. Next guy in line for Nathan Stapleton is Eric Drew, who is 33rd now on the racetrack. And Eric Drew, 4th in points coming into this race. He is going to fall back after this one with that run right there. Sam Badillo going to get around Chris Tejada. All we got to do is not focus on it. Here comes Laura Chung for 3rd. And Laura Chung's going to easily get around Tejada, so Chung could probably easily get around Sam Badillo here before they get to Stapleton, if they get to Stapleton. But I have a feeling that 61's still going to get the race victory. She's definitely one of the faster trucks out here right now. Not sure if they made an adjustment on that truck or what, but they really didn't need to, as that 61 was able to get that pass made on Stapleton before the cycle of pit stops began. An 0.8 of a second lead for Nathan Stapleton ahead of Nicholas Sam Badillo here at IRP. Stapleton trying to get his first win of the season. Same with Nicholas Sam Badillo, but Stapleton trying to do it at his home, one of his home racetracks here at the Indianapolis Raceway Park. Of course, the Indiana native would love to get it done here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. He's had an excellent season so far. 8th in points. He's 80 points behind coming into this race, but this race victory, and he's got the most laps led, so he's got that extra bonus point right there. Something going to help him out in getting closer to the championship battle. Ryan Kinghart there. He did an excellent job salvaging a terrible starting position to get himself up to that 7th place. Kukulon there in 8th. How about Ryan Durrani in 10th? Great run for him. And then Roberto Crown rounds out the top 10. Great run for Durrani. We've not seen much of Durrani this season. He's had a bit of a tough season here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. Here we go for 2nd. Laura Chung and Nicholas Sam Badillo going after it right here. Sam Badillo's not closing in on Stapleton, but Laura Chung is closing in on both of them, and we'll have to see if Laura Chung has a shot at Stapleton. Sam Badillo is Stapleton's best friend right now. But Chung's going to get right to the inside, take that 2nd position away, or at least try to do so. Sam Badillo will probably get a bit of a run on the outside lane, but it's not going to be enough to hold alongside the 61. Stapleton will put Tanner Parton in between him and Laura Chung. So the more lap traffic you can get in between him and Chung, the easier it'll be for him to win this race. Derek Hamill, Eric Drew next in line. Eric Drew might not be one that Stapleton could easily pass here. We'll see if that does, in fact, become a factor. Laura Chung is now 0.7 of a second behind Nathan Stapleton. She is closing quite a bit, but next time by, it's only 10 laps to go here at IRP. Been an excellent race here in the Lucas Oil 200. Oh, and Laura Chung going to easily get around Tanner Parton, and now there's no lap traffic in between our two race leaders. But Stapleton going to make a move here on Derek Hamill. That is for... well, that's not for position. Oh, but he's not going to be able to clear the 7. That is not going to be good at all, and Laura Chung is right there. And the thing is, Stapleton's pretty much opening the door for Laura Chung to surpass that 7 right away. Ooh. Stapleton will clear, but now Laura Chung's going to be side by side with Hamill. Yeah, but not for long. Laura Chung's right there, trying to close in on Stapleton for this race lead. Oh no, and Stapleton is blown up, and Laura Chung gets involved. And here we go for the race lead. Nicholas Sam Badillo closing in. Stapleton is done. And I don't know if he's going to be able to get back. Unbelievable. He's going to get down to the apron. Ryan Kinger had to slow down, and Kukulon will get the advantage on him. No caution. Laura Chung does have some damage, though, from that incident. Tanner Parton trying to get his lap back, and you can see the damage visibly on that 61 machine. Nicholas Samadeo knows this is a huge opportunity for him to get the race victory. What an unfortunate turn of events there for Nathan Stapleton. Was dominating this race and blew an engine as the race leader. My goodness. And now you can't, Samadeo can't get around Tanner Parton. That 28 got back around those guys because of the incident. Laura Chung is pulling away, though, on the 61, even though she has the damage to her truck. Nicholas Samadeo and Joey Hightower are getting smaller and smaller in the rearview mirror for her. Wow. And Hightower looking to take second away from Samadeo. That 9 is clearly faster. Laura Chung still side by side here with Derek Hamill, who also got back around those guys. Hightower might have a shot at this one. We'll have to see if he can make it work. But Laura Chung did just get around Derek Hamill right there. Difference between the 61 and the 9 that time around. 109, so it actually gained there for Laura Chung. And she only has 4 laps to go here in the Lucas Oil 200 at IRP for 2 straight wins and her 4th win of the season here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. Ryan Kinger has gotten back around Sebastian Kukulon. And then with that, the battle is on. I think Casey Nanico might be in the 10th position now in the 30 machine. Great run for him back in there. And Laura Chung is just too fast for all these guys, even with that damage. So unless she blows up, which had happened to Stapleton, it could happen to Laura Chung right here. It's 2 laps to go at IRP for Laura Chung and the 61 team. And she's got 2 lap trucks in between her and the 9 of Joey Hightower. Laura Chung may very well be the driver to beat for this championship here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series after the performance she had here tonight. Of course, she had a little luck on her side, but even if Stapleton did not blow the engine, a good chance Laura Chung would have just passed him anyway. White flag, 1 lap to go here in the Lucas Oil 200. And Laura Chung in the number 61 is going to get it done here for her 4th win of the season in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. Laura Chung wins the Lucas Oil 200 at IRP. Hightower's 2nd. Samadeo is 3rd. Caleb Rose first top 10 of the season. And Troxel rounds out the top 5. Laura Chung gets it done. For her 4th win of the season, Stapleton almost had his 1st. Didn't quite work out. What a shame for Stapleton. Led the most laps in this race. Going to finish in dead last, 36th, after all of that. Tough to see that happen to him at essentially his home racetrack, at least here for the trucks. Man, that's such a shame there for Nathan Stapleton, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. And Laura Chung, once again, the beneficiary of somebody else's mistake. Because that's basically kind of what happened at Watkins Glen. Roberto Crown Jr. could have easily won that race if they didn't miss the pit lane. They missed the pit lane, and they fell back, and Laura Chung just had the advantage the whole way through in that one. And then, of course, what we saw at the end there, as always, at that last turn in Watkins Glen, and that's exactly what happened here. You know, very similar situation. The dominant driver of the race just completely blows it. Quite literally. Tough break for Stapleton. It's the name of the game sometimes. Great runs, though, for Samadeo and Rose. They were both outside the top 25 in points. They got a top 5 here tonight. Ryan Kinger from 36th to 6th in this race. And then Kukulon, our points leader, keeping up that average finishing position right around 7 right there, finishing in the 7th position here tonight. Oh boy, that was a great race. Next race is going to be at the Pocono Raceway. Only 15 laps there. It's going to be a short race. No pit stops in that one either, so that one will really be interesting and should be a good one there at the Tricky Triangle. We'll see how that all goes down here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Laura Chung on her 4th win of the season here at the Indianapolis Raceway Park. And we will see you guys next time. The Pocono Mountains 150 here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. And I will see you guys later!